Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all well and welcome to the Citizen channel, and this is our match programme features. We look back at other teams' match programmes for the 2021 season and rate them and put them in rankings, etc. as we go through. And we've had, as I'm recording this, 4 league away games, of which this will be the third I'm looking at today. So I've already looked at Wolves, we've already looked at Leeds United. So at the moment, this one's winning. This one's winning the battle. I mean, we've only had 2, so that's top at the moment. With an 8 out of 10 rating, the Wolves programme. Please have a check back on that one. And the Leeds United programme, we've got a meagre 6.5 out of 10. So today, join me as we have a look at this one. West Ham United. Fantastic. I think very good last season, excellent programme last season, did really well in the rating last season, so we'll have a look at that today. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification so you know when these vlogs are coming out. That'll be absolutely fantastic. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by Christmas 2020, so I'm 60-oddish away at the moment, so any help will be much appreciated. If you've not already subbed, please do so, and give any City fans, you know, who might be interested in this, please get them a point in my direction. That'd be wonderful. And don't forget, I do film and TV vlogs as well, reviews on movies and TV dramas, etc. So if you know anyone who might be interested in that, please give us a hand and point them in my direction as well. That'd be fantastic. And please, any comments on this or anything to do with City, just leave the comments and I'll try and answer every comment. Either if it wants an answer, if it needs an answer, or if it doesn't, a thumbs up, because that's always good as well, isn't it? Just a nice thumbs up. So if you can't do a comment, just leave a nice thumbs up. That's fantastic, and that'd be super. Right, West Ham United versus Manchester City. Yeah, 24th of October 2020 was a 12:30 PM kickoff. Only 350. I'll put some images on the screen, but obviously I'll go through it as I'm doing this. A good 114 pages. That's a good size, and it's just City, as I say, with the Wolves one. They split it between Fulham and Manchester City, so there's actually 2 in that one. So there's like a split programme, but obviously West Ham and Leeds have just done a dedicated one. But this is quite impressive, 114 pages, but there is a lot of adverts. There's how many? 114 pages. We've got 31 pages of adverts, and that's like 27% of the actual match magazine is just advertising, which isn't great. I mean, that's quite a high percentage, but let's see if the sort of content makes up for it that we get inside it. It's reasonably put together, reasonably not excitingly laid out. It's nothing fantastic. You know, Wolves was quite good, quite clever on the actual layouts, etc. So this is quite busy, very busy. It's quite old-fashioned and busy, this one, which is a good thing because there's lots more information in it. Obviously, you've got the United legend there, haven't we? Is he still on there? I think his contract's finished at United now, hasn't it? I think he's moved on from there. But one thing interesting with West Ham, they're celebrating. They got the 125 collection, so they're actually celebrating the 125 years, like City were in 2019. So that's quite interesting. Then you have, of course, the captain's piece, Mark Noble. A lot of adverts for obviously the kits, but there's lots of rather than promo advertising, it's just advertising to buy things. You know, there's a lot of sponsors in other magazines as well, but there's quite a lot of selling going on in this, and obviously you've got Betway as well, so there's a lot of gambling stuff in this one. Hammers welcome 3 new boys, so it talks about the 3 new signings. Obviously the transfer window probably shut, but there's a nice piece. 2 former Hammers retiring, of course. We've got the wonderful Zabaleta's included. Not a massive piece, obviously. They may do a bigger piece in the future, I'm sure, about our wonderful Zabaleta as he retires from playing. And they have this is a good one. They've got obviously the kids pages, which is quite good. They've got Spot the Ball, they've got a Hammers word search, they've got a face mash. So I mean, obviously, if you look at that image there, I'll show it. You probably see it better on the other side, but it looks like a player to me, but it's actually 3 players in one. So it's quite a good looking sort of photo fit, that, isn't it? And you have to find out who the 3. I have no idea. If it was just interesting to see if they do a City one of that would be. I might be able to do that myself. Yeah, so that's quite good. Yeah, junior match day guys, so match predictions, so the kids can put the scores in, what the records are between City and West Ham, what we've done, and various things. So it's only 2 pages, but it's quite a good kids pages there. And what I like about it is they do put special emphasis on the old games he'd played. So good pictures and good scores of. I think there's 3 in this magazine altogether of previous games. So obviously, I do like it when they do a good report on an old game, not just a few lines. City tend to do just a few lines, don't they, on the matches? So yeah, artwork. I like artwork. I like as long as it's good artwork. That's quite good, isn't it? I don't like some of the City. If you watch my vlogs on programs last year, some of the City programs when I was looking at those, I wasn't overly impressed with it. So yeah, there's a big feature there on King of the Wing, Arthur Masuaku, if that's how you pronounce it. But again, the layout is quite simple. Nothing fantastic with the layout. I mean, there's nothing modern. It looks very busy. Lots going on. Tony Cottee has his own little section. The Hammers legend reflects on an unforgettable comeback as Tottenham, and so he's looking at that. And then, of course, we get to the meat and what we're interested in as well. The Manchester City section. I think it's how many pages? 9 pages altogether. So you got various things on Pep and the honours. Everything's right with the honours. I don't think they mention our nicknames. Sometimes you get the nicknames wrong, don't they? But I couldn't see that they'd actually mentioned what our nickname was anyway. So you got the various pen picks, obviously, that you're getting in all the magazines, which is okay. Nothing fantastic. I like that bit. We've got history. Obviously, they're looking at the history between the 2 clubs over time. Played 111, won 37, drawn 17, lost 57. That's West Ham, that is. So it is a team we've done quite well against. And what they've done, obviously, they got a view from the press box, and they've actually contacted Mr. Sam Lee for that one. So they've had a word with Sam Lee and got his information on City and asked him some questions about City and what we're doing for the season. So that was quite interesting. So more reviews of games they play with pictures. I mean, it's a good 2-page spread. It's a big programme as well. If you look at the Wolves one, it's quite a lot bigger than the Wolves. It's quite a big, chunky programme. I think it was only United's was actually bigger last season, from memory, than what it was. And obviously they're celebrating Black History Month in this West Ham thing. So obviously when I saw that, I thought, oh well, I can think immediately of Black History Month. I think of Clyde Best. I mean, I watched him in the 70s, and when there weren't many black players playing in football, and obviously I watched him play against City for West Ham in the 70s. So there's a special piece on there about Clyde Best as well, which is very interesting. You got the foundation, West Ham Foundation's very community orientated, aren't they? Then you've got another review there, Tottenham and West Ham. So all good stuff with stats. And again, there's a big piece on the history, and you got your 125 years, obviously. And this is probably why there's a lot more on history in this, which appeals to me, obviously. 125 years of Hammers history. You've got iconic irons, so they look back at their own legends, obviously, as they go through. Bobby Moore's in here. Floodlit football, yeah, that was interesting. It goes back to the 1950s when there's an image. It doesn't come out very well. It probably not come out very well in the image on the screen as well, but taken from the flats. So someone took a picture of the first floodlit game at Upton Park, or the Bowling Ground, whichever you want to call it. So that sort of stuff was really good. Floodlit football. There's my West Ham scrapbook, and it's by Trevor Morley. So obviously it's more about West Ham. Obviously not much about his time at City, but obviously Morley puts West Ham on top, bouncing back. Spurs fall to the menace of Morley, White Hot Lane. So even though he's a City player, it's mainly his West Ham stuff. And then you've got the added time tunnel, which is great because they've got Malcolm Allison in it. Obviously we all know Malcolm Allison, but he used to be a West Ham player, and there's Malcolm with the wonderful Joe Mercer there. So that's more interest for the history buffs. And Ken Dyer's memories, and he's picked Clyde Best as well, this Ken Dyer guy. Veteran Evening Standard reporter, Ken Dyer. So a lot of history stuff. Then you go on to Young Hammers. And then a couple of years ago, they had, obviously, the women were being set up, weren't they? And I remember watching the reality show on it with the West Ham and the owner's son, wasn't it, who was running the women. Obviously, there's a reasonable section on the women's football as well. I think there's 4 or 5 pages, 4 pages on that. Then you've even got West Ham's new esports stars. So you sort of the esports, so you're talking obviously the 2021 FIFA season and stuff. So it's an interesting side of it there, looking at the young lads and the favourite consoles, etc, etc. And yeah, limited edition, that's nice. The pink limited edition, that was quite nice for the kits, for the obviously Betway get a big push out of that, don't they? But yeah, it's all right. It's a good. There's plenty in it. 104, as I said, there's a lot of advertising, but there's a lot of content. If you know me, obviously, I like my history stuff, don't I? So it sort of quite appealed to me, all the history side. There's perhaps not much on. I would have preferred to see a little bit West Ham and City history. There's not a lot in it there about City and West Ham, obviously, in the past. And I think last season they had had 4 or 5 pages on old West Ham games. I think they had West Ham, including the one at Main Road in the rain when Mr. Joe Corrigan was totally embarrassed at least 4 or 5 times with goals against him, and didn't have a great game that day. So I think there's a little bit more on the combined history last season, but it's a bit more about West Ham this year. But it's the 125th year, so it's bound to be, isn't it? Yeah, so I think that's yeah. So what we're going to do? What we're going to score it? Well, obviously Wolves got 8 out of 10. I can't give it any less than 8 out of 10, to be honest with you, based on all that content in there. The City bit is okay, but the kids bit's fun. I mean, I do like the kids section. Some good little things there with the word searches and various things. So I'm going to equal what I give Wolves. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. But overall, on my ranking systems, I'm going to give this West Ham programme, I'm going to give it top billing. So I'm going to give it more. Obviously, it's going to be the same score as the Wolves programme, 8 out of 10, but I will put it above. So we've got West Ham now in first place, Wolves in second, and Leeds in third. And I will be next back, I think, with the Sheffield United programme as well. So we'll end up with 4. So we'll get a sort of top 10, top 20, won't we, as we go along, depending on how many teams are still doing these hard copies. Obviously, certainly not City, unfortunately, but hey, there you go. Anyway, let me know in your comments what you thought of that. And as you said, this is available. I got this from the West Ham souvenir shop. Well, if you go onto the West Ham site, you can obviously go onto the shop, and you can order it on there, and obviously just check out if it's any cheaper on the internet on various places. But usually the best place to get it is the stores, because they don't overcharge you, which can happen obviously on the internet. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please check my links on screen. If you friend or follow me on Facebook and Twitter, I do check every couple of days and friend and follow everyone back. You can check out my website. I used to have a video shop many years ago, and I still sell old and rare DVDs, movie posters from the 1990s and 2000s, some great films from great actors, and some board games as well. So if you can look at moviegamenostalgia.com, absolutely fantastic. And as I said, please check the playlist. Over 650 videos I've put out there now, and at least well over a third of those are football ones, so there's plenty to go at. And please mind you, lots of quizzes as well, lots of quizzes and stuff like that. So that as we're going into another lockdown, as I'm recording this and something, please delve in and have a good look round. Anyway, thanks for watching today. What we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, all I can ask is please stay safe, blues. Bird is saying goodbye for now.